As you can see, we have gathered around the round table. It's time for the conversation this morning, and joining us, Democratic analyst Marianne Marsh, Republican analyst Rob Gary. Great to see you guys. Happy end of July. Let's start with the Congresswoman Katherine Clark's reaction. What stands out to you with our conversation?
I mean, Katherine Clark made clear that Democrats are going to hold Republicans accountable for everything, not just the Epstein files, the big bad bill, all of it, and they're going to use the rest of this summer to do it because even though they're in the minority, they cobbled together the votes that could have brought the Epstein files to the floor for a vote. And at that point, Speaker Johnson said, we're running for the hills. I'm shutting this place down till Labor Day. That tells you everything, and that's pretty impressive when you're in the minority. I feel like House Democrats have hit their stride.
Rob?
Well, she accused Trump of a cover-up, so while she's trying not to take the cheese and turn it back to, you know, the rich and the elites against everybody else, Democrats are taking the cheese on Epstein. And it's not news to voters that Trump is impure, you know, porn stars and bankruptcies. What did that lead to? It led to him getting elected president twice. So I'm not sure Democrats have a lot of ammunition on this, even though it's juicy.
All right. ADL New England is saying an anti-Zionist group has claimed responsibility for vandalism at the State House last week. Paint was poured across the gate and the front steps. The word divest appeared to be written. The State Police Bomb Squad also investigated a suspicious package in the Common out of an abundance of caution. The FBI also on scene much of the day investigating. This was a vandalism, but do you get the sense it's being taken more seriously now, especially in light of the rise that we've seen over the years in anti-Semitism, Rob?
No, and I won't believe it's being taken more seriously until they catch people and actually lock them up for a long period of time. That's not happening. I think the governor and others are going to have to stay strong on this to prove that it's not something you can do.
Marianne, what do you think?
I mean, I think the reaction and the FBI coming and doing the Common as well
was quite a scene.
Yeah, I mean, it was not just like taking off the terrible things that were spray painted.
Right.
It was far more than that, and that's an encouraging sign.
There are cameras everywhere. There's video of it, and I'd like to see it. Next item, Boston's mayor. There's a new poll has Mayor Michelle Wu with a commanding lead for re-election. Take a look at the numbers. They're from Suffolk University Boston Globe poll. Mayor Wu is close to 60%, and Josh Kraft is about 30 points behind her. Preliminary election is now, 6 weeks away or so. The general isn't far behind that. Marianne, is there anything that Kraft can do?
Well, regular viewers of this show should not be surprised by these poll numbers because Rob and I have predicted them from the beginning of this race. There's nowhere for him to go. He's 30 points behind, and the more people see him now, the less they like him because he started in a negative campaign. There's only 7% of voters who are undecided about what they're going to do. So he might be able to chip away, but the very ads you're watching on this station and elsewhere now, where other people come in and say what a great guy is and all these things, that should have been February, not July.
Rob, I hate to phrase it this way, but is he a dead man walking?
He's got a long, long way to go. With 7% undecided, not only do you have to get that 7%, you have to chip away at a huge percentage of her vote. She's at 60. It's tough to get somebody down from 60 and get yourself to 51.
And I would add, she leads in literally every demographic, race, age, all of it.
All right, Market Basket back in the news. 2 executives spoke out after being fired. They were placed on leave at the same time as CEO Arthur T. Demoulas. And here is what they told us last week.
The culture of this company without the boss will never be the same. You might not feel it going to pick up that head of lettuce today, but as things go on, if things continue on this trajectory, it's my opinion that you'll see a big difference.
The board claims the 2 were planning a work disruption, similar to what we all saw a decade ago. Now, even the mayor of Methuen is weighing in, saying in part, quote, whatever is happening behind closed doors at Market Basket needs to stop now. Marianne, do you think pressure should be ramped up on the company?
Well, this version of the Market Basket family feud doesn't have the same cachet as the last one, but that doesn't mean the results could be just as damaging, which is why you see Mayor Beauregard weighing in, and he should, because they have 2 market baskets. It's important to the community. It's not only food, affordable food and groceries and all that. It's a big employer and all that. So let's settle this. It shouldn't be that hard.
Let's settle this. What do you think, Rob?
I mean, why do we care? It's a private company. The stores are open. People are being paid. I look at it, it's a billionaire family fighting amongst themselves.
We're on the record this morning. We're going to take a break, and then best and worst on the other side. Stay with us.